Sweet girl. I knows it, huh? Yes, good girl. Well, she's been in here quite a few times now, and I just want her to break out of this scaredy thing and try to explore, try to experiment with, making decisions. I'm surprised, to be honest with you, that she's not, kind of like intimidated by the treat dispenser. Go ahead and turn it on, Peter, and we'll just go ahead and use the or turn the sound on. Yeah, just on low. Good girl. So instead of me interfering by talking to her because she's really very enamored of me, I'm going to use the dispenser, to help pull her away from me and to enjoy a little bit of curiosity, investigate and stuff, and just be curious. I want her to investigate the dog bed. She doesn't have to. Um, there's not a lot she can't do. She's not allowed to wrap around me. She's not allowed to try and take off, obviously, which is why she's on a leash. Um, but thankfully, she hasn't shown any, alarming response to the treat and train, which, yay. I mean, I did half expect her to kind of crawl out of her skin the first time she heard it go off. Right? So right there, she just touched the bed. I reinforce that. She understands that good stuff comes out of that thing. So now that she's kind of on the way to understanding how to make it function, she's trying hard to get it to open. And this is a dog who eats. She's gotten over her hurdle of, I'm afraid of eating food that wasn't, caught by my own two hands. So she's doing really good in that regard. And she's a little piggy. I mean, she likes to eat. When she feels comfortable, she eats. So, yay. And she's trying to resist. She's looking at the hole in the bottom of the door at the back of the garage. We're not going to let her explore that. I'm waiting for her to lose interest in it. Again, I'm not pulling on her. She's just on a standard chain training collar. She's pulling on herself. And I talk about this a lot. The equipment is designed to help you do the work. The equipment doesn't do the work for you. So the chain is designed to restrict. If she pulls hard enough, it becomes uncomfortable enough for her to change her mind. I don't have to create that action. I have to permit an environment where that is likely to occur. So, and again, she just went to the table. I reinforced that. She got distracted by a leaf. All of a sudden, our leaves are really, really exciting to the dogs. Why, I do not know, but here we are. She knows the good stuff. The crack's up on the table. But the crack won't fit in the treat dispenser. So she's trying to make food happen by interacting with the dispenser. What I want her to do is make food happen by doing something else. I am not that something else. Part of this exercise for this dog is to explore her environment. I want to reinforce her for getting on the bed. She's done it twice. I want to see if we can get that to happen again so she can kind of put two and two together. Very good. That's my foot. No, it is not food. The funny thing is people are like, well, why didn't you start with that sooner? Because she would not have accepted it sooner. She would have lost her mind. You go at the dog's pace. You don't go at the pace you assign. Eventually, folks learn that. Ultimately, some of them learn the hard way, but here we are. What's the matter? You got caught up there. And again, since I've reinforced her for going to the table 3 times now, I'm not going to reinforce her for anything else. Not until we see a commitment. And again, after a certain point in time, if she loses interest, we just stop. You know, there's no harm in that. I'm not going to compel her to do it. It just shows me that she's having difficulty understanding what the rules of engagement are, which is fine. I mean, for a dog like her, I'm not surprised. She's very, very emotionally inhibited. She's enough of a primitive savage to where she tries, and instinctively she's trying to do things. Again, interaction with the table is the only thing I'm paying. So the fact that she's exploring by trying new things, that pleases me. I want to tie myself up in knots. I want to make a pretzel out of the leash. Pretty headed. She's not a bad looking dog. Are you? I think you make someone a fine family companion. A fine companion. I don't know about family so much. I think kids would be a little much for you. You can kind of see the wheels turning. She got paid for being on the table, so I'm going to pay for being on the table. I'm not going to pay for looking at the table or walking by the table. This is the hard part. This is the part that people don't like doing because it just takes so long, right? But when you have a dog like this, you know, you have a dog who's eager to engage and it's not that difficult, but you have a dog who's been emotionally and mentally stunted for most of its life. Ooh, almost. There we go. It takes a little longer. What was that? Her little flubber lip. Right, and I'm just withdrawing because I don't want to be the source of reinforcement. I want these actions to be just extremely organic. I want them to be her. I don't want them influenced by me. I know the two are linked, but I don't know how. Wrong table. Just preventing her from doing what I don't want her to do. I don't want her accessing reinforcement outside of this, what we're currently doing. And this is the same kind of little bit of extinction burst that we saw with Rooster earlier. They go through, you know, they're going through, is it this? Is it this? Is it this? What is it? And a lot of times, you know, it takes more than one experience for them to realize that this behavior is linked with that reinforcement. And it's just a matter of waiting them out until you get it. And it's just like I said with the previous dogs that we've worked in the same session. It's just a matter of waiting for the dog to give you the signal. If they don't, if they quit, it's time to move on. Now, this one, you know, again, because we had so many hang-ups with this dog with food, I'm not concerned that she's not giving me, you know, Johnny on the spot. Good girl. Very nice. Responses like the other dogs were because she has food inhibition. She's afraid to accept food from your hand. She just recently started doing that. So this is actually, you know, the fact that she's willing to take food out of that noise-making thing is really, really pretty spectacular. So everything else is a gift. She gave me at least 5 responses. We can wait to see if we get one more. And then we're going to stop because I don't want to, you know, I don't want her little brain to fry. You know, although she's a sweet dog, she's not a Mensa candidate. And I don't want to create setbacks when I can avoid them. And you can see her rictus grimace is nowhere near as bad as it was when she first came out here. And I'm making myself kind of unattractive and unavailable for her because I don't want her thinking that she gets reinforcement from me. Big payoff because that was a monumental effort. You can see her finally make the equation that A equals B. And I actually think we're almost out of food, so we may have to stop there anyways. Good girl. Woohoo! Very nice. Very nice. You are a very good dog.